Russian General Kuznetsov, detained by law enforcers, is suspected of taking bribes on a particularly large scale, the Russian Investigative Committee has reported. During the search, more than 100 million rubles, gold coins, collector watches and other luxury items were seized from him.
According to investigators, in 2021 to 2023, being the head of the 8th Department of General Staff of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation, Kuznetsov received a bribe from representatives of commercial structures for certain actions of their flavor. Svetlana Petrenko, official representative of the Russian Investigative Committee, from the Telegram channel Investigative Committee.
Earlier, Russian Deputy Defense Minister Timur Ivanov was accused of corruption, namely of taking more than 1 billion rubles bribe. He was detained in April 2024 in Moscow. Ivanov was a chief army constructor in the military department. Sources close to the Russian Federal Security Service told the insider that Ivanov had been warned about being bugged.
People he knew in the Federal Security Service warned Ivanov that General Yuriev was giving commands to wiretap him, but he only smirked. He was sure of Shoigu's protection and bragged that he was in Peskov's office even more often than in the minister's, from the publication in The Insider.
Despite a sequence of corruption scandals in the Ministry of Defense and obvious failures on the front, Shoigu was not resigned. He was appointed the Secretary of the Security Council.
Nobody expected Shoigu's resignation, at least not this soon, and certainly nobody expected Belousov to take his place. It was very surprising. Why Belousov? Well, because he was in charge of the military-industrial complex, and apparently the supply of equipment is not what Putin would like it to be. So Belousov will be in charge of equipment supplies in the first place.
Belousov was personally chosen by Putin because war must be fought with a cool head, Bloomberg writes. Putin's decision to change the defense minister demonstrates the desperation of the Kremlin dictator.
Vladimir Putin tapped a civilian economist as his surprise new defense minister on Sunday in an attempt to gird Russia for economic war by trying to better utilize the defense budget and harness greater innovation to win in Ukraine, from the publication in Reuters.
Not only Belousov, but also the children of Putin's cronies will be promoted. For example, Boris Kovalchuk, the son of his closest friend, has been proposed for the position of the head of the accounts chamber, and Dmitry Patrushev, the son of the Nikolai Patrushev, now former secretary of the Russian Security Council, has been offered a place as deputy prime minister.
But where Patrushev will go and what is his fate is not clear. This is much more important than the change of defense ministers. Patrushev was considered by everyone to be Putin's alter ego, but if so, it is very possible that this is why Putin is removing him, because the Security Council could have turned into a kind of alternative center of power.
Former Security Council Secretary Nikolai Patrushev, often called one of the most influential figures in the Kremlin regime and Putin's wallet, will now be in charge of shipbuilding issues, according to Meduza publication. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.